Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video I'm going to be covering the Penguin. He made his very first appearance in Detective Comics Volume 1, issue number 58, that was released in December 1941. His real name is Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot, and he's a lifelong Gotham City resident that stands 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighs 175 pounds, while having blue eyes and black hair. Now, although the Penguin doesn't have any superhuman powers per se, he does have a genius-level intellect while being a master at managing his business and criminal empire, also being a natural-born leader who's adept at intimidation. Penguin also has the uncanny ability to control animals around him, especially his preferred emperor penguins, learning animal training techniques when he was very young by teaching his pet birds how to attack on command. He also has relatively good combat skills, being able to take on a couple of assailants at one time, as well as not shying away from a tussle with Batman himself every now and then, particularly if he's using one of his many advanced penguin-themed gadgets or one of his many lethal trick umbrellas. Now, Oswald Cobblepot would become one of the greatest classic foes of Batman, being only second to maybe the Joker. The Cobblepot family was actually a well-known institution in the Gotham City area, being as esteemed as even the Wayne family, although their reputation would eventually be hit by decades of corruption. The young Oswald would have a life of luxury, although his pointy nose and other odd physical features would bring him grief. For years he would be ridiculed by his peers, who actually gave him the moniker Penguin. And in boarding school, the only one who would defend him from his bullies was a family friend named Carter Winston, who ironically many years later would grow up to become governor and be a thorn in the Penguin's side. But Oswald's bullies wouldn't be just outside of his home. He would actually take much grief from his brothers and his own father. The only one in his house that truly showed him love was his mother, who often called him her beautiful boy. This led to Oswald having a somewhat unhealthy need for his mother's attention, almost having an Oedipus complex. And with only his pet birds to keep him company, his brilliant technological and strategic mind would get to plotting against those who had wronged him. He would slowly take out those who he thought were his enemies, even being responsible for the quote-unquote accidental deaths of his 3 brothers, and his own father, who technically died of pneumonia. Oswald had gotten away with these transgressions, but due to the circumstances of his father's passing, his mother always forced him to carry an umbrella around with him, not wanting to lose her only remaining son from the same ailment. Years later, after Oswald became an adult, he would embark on a journey to rebuild the Cobblepot's name as a huge criminal empire, using the remaining authority in his family legacy to position himself as the head of Gotham City underworld. Before you know it, he had a part in everything from jewelry theft to illegal weapons moving, all while using his posh, newly opened Iceberg Casino as a night spot to legitimize his transactions. He would now be able to simultaneously rub elbows with the most powerful criminals and aristocrats of Gotham City. And despite an early run-in with Red Hood 1, Penguin would later occasionally join up with the Joker, and would later be credited with having a powerful influence over a popular character, in particular Jason Todd, aka the anti-hero known as Red Hood. But anyway you cut it, Cobblepot always has been and always will be a massive figure among Gotham City's villains. Now, for his abilities and his influence on the DC universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give the Penguin a rating of 7, which is a master rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, and join the new Sage.